Shit on me.
Shit on. I love my pause too. Like he's like, I want you.
It was genuinely funny.
Make it rain.
This podcast is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Trigger warning for awesome movies.
Spoiler warning for Call Girl of Cthulhu. And now for the obligatory socials.
Please like, share and subscribe.
Follow the podcast on Twitter at HorrorPod69. Follow Daniel at DStarSick on Twitter.
Ryan is at Darth Daimyo on the Bluebird app. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Slasher and Goodreads. Become part of the Disturbed community by asking for links to our Facebook group and Discord server. Enjoy our horror gaming content on YouTube. Send dick pics to the Horror of Babylon podcast at gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/the Horror of Babylon. Finally, you can let your friends know that the Horror of Babylon is available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible and all other major podcast apps.
Stay scary.
By the way, that was my cousin, Jimmy. He's a big fan.
Welcome to the Horror of Babylon, episode 36, where we are discussing Call Girl of Cthulhu. I am Ryan, and with me as always is Daniel. Say hi, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
And we have Hef here again as well.
How y'all doing? Good to be here.
And we are going to go ahead and get this episode rolling so we can get the fuck out of here and go grab some hot dogs.
Yeah, could go for some hot dogs.
Before we get started, though, we do want to just take a minute to talk about some events we are going to be at. We will be attending the Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia this coming month. We will be there not as invited guests, but as attendees. We'll be there on Saturday, September 17th. If anybody is going to be around, please hit us up on our socials. We would love to meet any listeners that may be attending the event.
Yeah, we'd love to have a beer with you.
Yeah. Beer.
Yeah. Get my unedited opinions.
I edit him heavily.
He comes with his own beep. I actually have a little air horn that we just can use as whenever he starts.
And then again, we will be at DualCon, which it will be February of next year in Charleston, West Virginia. We will have a table there where you can come meet the crew, pick up some Horror of Babylon swag, and we will be hosting some panels. More information on that to come. But before we jump into actually talking about the movie itself, normally we kick this off by talking about our first experiences with the movie, but all three of us watched this for the first time for this episode. Correct, boys?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll just...
Indubitably.
So we'll just move on to background.
The vampire's a pure myth, superstition. I may be able to bring you proof that the superstition of yesterday can become the scientific reality of today.
This is an independent film from 2014 produced by Midnight Crew Studios and premiered at the Maryland Film Festival, which I did not know existed until this very evening. Takes place in Baltimore, which is not that far away from where we live in West Virginia. So, maybe on one of these episodes in the future you'll be able to hear that we'll be at the Maryland Film Festival. Could happen.
We'll premiere our Dollar Baby up there.
Yes. Yeah. This film was directed, edited, written, and scored by Chris LaMartina, and he also scored with the lead actress because she's his wife. It was also written by Jimmy George. Daniel, you have strong opinions on people with Ricky Bobby syndrome. Would you like to
Don't trust anyone with two first names.
Do you have a background for this, or just because?
No. Have you ever met someone with two first names you can trust?
Dick Grayson, Tim Drake.
Grayson's a first name?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. I've never heard that. I always assumed that was the last name.
Jason Todd, Carrie Kelly,
You trust Jason Todd.
Damian Wayne.
You trust Damian Wayne.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I trust Damian Wayne less than I trust Jason Todd.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
The League of Assassins.
I'm just listing Robins.
Oh.
He is.
I would-
in fact just listing Robin.
I would trust Tim, Carrie, and Dick for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone should trust Dick.
Yeah.
don't let Dick be a deal breaker.
That's right.
He's the exception to the rule.
We're all about welcoming here on Horror Babylon.
Okay, jumping into structure and themes, the main topic we have for this section is really probably the only like critical discussion we're going to have on this movie. The rest of it's going to be gushing. But let's talk about how this movie fares as an adaptation of the Call of Cthulhu. What elements from the short story exist? Daniel.
Can you hear him breathing really heavily over to your right? I'm just watching him like foaming at the mouth as he's ready to talk.
I don't know, man. I thought it had a surprisingly large number of Lovecraftian elements. Not so much a good adaptation of Call of Cthulhu, but like if you took some of the themes and elements of like hopelessness and inevitability and those sorts of things from Lovecraft, this fucking softcore porn does a better job than like 90% of quote-unquote adaptations do out there.
I think it'd be more accurate to say it was inspired by the Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I actually have it written in here. It says, what I would consider not a faithful adaptation, but definitely in good faith
Yeah.
of the Call of Cthulhu.
I honestly think whoever made this, like they wanted to have fun with it, but I also believe they liked the source material.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe I got from this, and that's not a vibe I get from every Lovecraft adaptation I come across. So,
God, I hate that short story, but I'm gonna make a movie based on it.
well, a lot of people want to like deconstruct it, and they're like, I want to get on a soapbox and talk about Lovecraft's racism for 90 minutes, and I'm just like, okay, but I came here for cosmic horror.
The racism is bad.
And instead here I get cosmic horrors. So
Cosmic Horrors.
yeah,
So many cosmic horrors.
the horrors of Babylon.
I think this movie had more sex workers than those taxi cab confession shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or that movie with Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler.
I am pro sex work.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pro consensual, safe, well-paid sex work.
Yes.
Okay.
Not so much the pimp in this movie, but he got what he deserved.
He sure did.
I'm pro anyone confident enough to be able to do that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would not be.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as, you're safe, it's consensual, and you're well compensated.
Safe sex or no sex, asshole.
I love Erica. She's so great.
were the main characters Eric and Erica?
No, Carter.
Carter. Okay.
Carter, Riley, Erica.
Okay.
Eric and Erica.
I already forgot his name.
Could you be with a woman named Danielle?
Yes, I have had sex with a woman named Danielle.
Could you be with a Christina?
Also, have had, yeah, did.
Okay.
What's the female version of Ryan? Rylena?
No,
Rylena.
I actually know a woman whose name is Ryan Ryan.
Huh. Is she fine?
She's cute, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. No, okay.
Hey, don't feel bad. Christina was one night, and I don't remember the night.
Was that the McDonald's girl?
No, this was...
Because, we scared her off.
Yeah, we scared her off real bad.
Or I scared her off. Because apparently I don't know how to take drugs.
What were you doing? You were talking about, like, shooting heroin. No, not shooting heroin. You were talking about shooting meth. That's what you were doing. Like, wrestling down over the court. Ryan, you really shouldn't shoot meth. Like, he was I love he was in on it, too. Like, he was trying to be like, Ryan, you really shouldn't shoot meth. Like, it was his way of saying, don't fucking shoot. That's not what you do with it.
I mean, you also probably shouldn't shoot heroin.
True, but, like, it was more of him just trying to be like, no, stop. You're going to give it away.
I didn't even know what meth was at that point. So, I mean, I still don't even have, like, a really... I mean, I know it's cooked with, like, cough syrup and stuff. I don't know.
I'll show you how to make
Careful,
it
careful.
sometime.
This is how we get on the list.
Yeah,
I'm already on the list, so
I'm on some lists.
I'm on a couple registries too.
I had to be ushered by a Walmart supervisor because I bought a tub, bleach, and rope at the same time. And apparently you're not supposed to do that. It sends up a red flag.
I bought condoms and My Little Pony toys at the same time once.
I'm sure, right, but you
Now you have
didn't
a
have a
blue dot
Walmart
on your
associate
house.
being just like, listen, you pervert. If you did, that supervisor knew you and had it out for you.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Okay, moving on to characters. We'll start off with our protagonist, Carter Wilcox, as played by David Philip Corollo. I actually thought, for this type of movie, I thought the acting in this movie, on average, was pretty decent.
Yeah, I especially think so for Carter here.
Mm-hmm.
He played the string bean virgin very well.
Yeah, and he was really sympathetic. It was pretty easy for me to put myself in his position.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been virgins at one point in our lives. I think, oh God, what's the Michael Scott quote? He's like, I was a virgin for 22 years and then again for another 11 years after that.
What did you think about Carter?
I'm generally the same thought. Like, I thought actually all the actors were pretty good. Like, for as low budget independent as what this film was. Like, I felt like, and I think he probably most of all, like, he just fit the character. Like, he wasn't pathetic,
Yeah.
but he was,
I thought he was like a decently good-looking dude who was.
he felt like a guy who just lacked a little confidence.
Yeah, I mean, because like he was an artist, a talented artist.
He was a dude in a slump.
He had his
Right.
own place. Like, he seemed like a guy who could be.
Did you catch the reference to his condom? What it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
I've got that in Zombie Days Later.
Oh, okay.
I did try to look up the budget for this movie. It's not on IMDb or Wikipedia, unfortunately.
But I thought he was very good.
We all
So-
concur.
We all concur. Moving on.
good.
He's
good.
So Riley Watley, played by Melissa LaMartina.
I love that all these people have like Lovecraft references in their names.
Yeah. Watley?
Yeah.
Watley? Isn't that a planeswalker? Watley? Watley?
I mean, kind
She rides a raptor.
of
No, that's Chris
technically.
Pratt.
Oh,
The Dunwich Horror does.
Chris Pratt's a planeswalker?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I mean, he goes from
I can never watch Guardians of the Galaxy
From-
the same way again.
he goes from Marvel to Jurassic Park like that.
Can we please make it so that
He plus ones, he creates a raptor token.
we got to make it canon that he's like his Parks and Rec character is the planeswalker, like the dumb guy.
No, it's got to be his Mario.
I cannot wait for that movie.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
he's playing Mario.
I have so many questions. I'm gonna hold them until later.
It's a me, Christopher Pratt.
Bryce Dallas Howard won't talk to me anymore.
I love you, James Gunn.
Please come back for Guardians 4.
Riley, I think we were talking about.
Yeah.
I thought that she was really great, and I was actually just a smidge disappointed that they took her out of it 2/3 into the movie and turned her into this like freaking cocoon.
Blob.
I thought that when Carter was playing Erica's music that the cocoon was gonna like split open and she was gonna like roll out of it.
You kept hoping for a happy ending.
Well, at the beginning of the movie, I was convinced like, oh my god, everybody's gonna die. This is gonna be so bad. But then like by the time that it was mostly wrapping up, the movie had convinced me that there was going to be some kind of happy ending.
I really liked every montage she got to have. I guess she only had two, but
With all her customers.
Yeah, but both of them were about her customers.
Yeah.
I think
Those are like A+ scenes.
Yeah, they were.
I mentioned this when we were watching it, that whoever edited this, or the director, somebody had a great sense of comedic timing for the first scenes with all the customers.
Shit on me.
Like, all of that was genuinely funny. It's way funnier than like 90% of the comedies I've gone to see from like big Hollywood blockbusters in the past few
I
years.
thought more or less the movie throughout was pretty funny.
Yeah, and it was... I felt like a lot of the times I was actually laughing with it and not at it.
Yeah. No, I can't really think of anything where I was laughing at it. I felt like everything I was laughing at, that was the intention.
I think the one time I was laughing at it, and I don't know if... It was when... It's, I don't remember the character's name. The black woman...
Squid,
thank you. When she gets, like, casually pushed and then just dramatically...
I feel like that was intentional.
Yeah.
No, the only one I'm thinking of is whenever, like, the old one with the eye patch gets
Professor Edna Kerwin.
yeah, she gets knocked down by the cult leader, and then like here comes Squid on the bike, and then she's just on the bike
Yeah.
after that.
I laughed
like-
really hard.
And they casually strolled away at 6 miles per hour.
Yeah, how'd you do that? How'd you do that?
That was great, though.
I gotta say that I was not expecting like a little bit of a convincing love story between these two characters, Carter and Riley. That, I mean, like the date that they had at the Chinese restaurant was
Genuinely kind of cute.
yeah, I know. I was kind of rooting for them.
It was so weird because I don't have anything against someone dating a sex worker per se, but I just don't think about that kind of thing that often.
They're people. Like they gotta. Surely they go on dates.
And then you have them on a date with somebody telling them about their shitty ass work, and I'm just like, this is somehow the funniest thing and the cutest thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah. No. I mean, it was disappointing that it didn't work out for them, but it also just it fit the Lovecraft.
Yeah, themes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, maybe my favorite character. I don't know. I love all the characters, but Erica Zahn, the roommate, played by Nicolette LaFay.
Safe sex or no sex.
Exactly. You go, girl. Fuck you, Rick the Dick. And her fucking god awful music.
I hated her music.
It's so
I feel like that was the point, though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be god awful. I mean, they even make it a point that's just like, this is how we drive the things away. This music sucks so bad.
I feel like that is the sort of like... I don't know what age group these characters are all supposed to be, but it did strike me as kind of a Zoomer trying to create their not mainstream art.
I kind of
sort of
got
music.
like a mid-20s kind of vibe.
And she was like, I'm going to make music that's different, that goes against the system.
Well, it was different, and it was against the system.
Yeah.
I think she has some of the better lines that describe her character. Like, from beginning to end. Like, the very first piece of script she has is literally just to look at Carter and just go, you have any condoms? And like that perfectly encapsulates what kind of character she is. And then all the way up to her last line in the movie, it shows what character she became at that point.
She had an arc.
Like she literally had two lines that say, like she did so, like the line in the actress's performance was so good that she encapsulated the entirety of the character in one line.
We're all just molecules.
Yeah, my favorite line is when she goes, "There's no such thing as love. We're just molecules."
We are molecules.
I was looking for the fedora in that scene.
I was not ready.
I know that College Daniel would have crushed real hard on that girl.
Oh my god, so much.
I mean, they really. That being said,
I'd still really crush on this
that was
girl.
probably a conscious choice, but my whole time I'm watching her, I'm just like, God, girl, do something else with your hair. Please.
Yeah.
I could like those weird little.
You know what it kind of looked like?
Like thin pigtails.
Yeah, like the thin
almost rat tails.
It almost made it look like a mullet when I was seeing it from certain angles.
Yeah.
Because it was like hanging down back that way.
Yeah, but I mean, listen to the kind of music she produces. Like, I mean, she's gonna have
alternative hair.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me so much. Plus, I've learned over my life is you do not criticize a woman's choices with her hair.
Okay.
Yeah. Not out loud anyway.
Yeah. Her also her untimely end, I was not expecting.
Yeah, that got me hard.
Oh my god! I think me and you both had that shocked face.
No,
when that
we did.
happened.
We both like, oh,
Yeah, we like out of nowhere.
I was like, yeah, they're gonna ride off into the sunset. Oh shit, she's dead. She's dead.
And it was so sudden. That's so Lovecraft. Is just somebody's there and then they're just
It was 3 a.m. and I was in a room by myself. Everybody else was asleep. I'm trying to watch this movie, and I'm doing this a lot because like I'm trying to like keep my laughter to a minimum with some of the stuff I'm laughing at, and then that happens. There was not a single person that wasn't awake in the house after I did that. 'Cause, like it was like, no, wow.
Daniel and I watched this prior to recording, and in between watching it and recording, I went upstairs to check on my family, and my partner is like, whatever movie you watch, don't watch it with me in the house again. I was like, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on to Professor Edna Kerwin, played by Helen Mary Ball. So towards the beginning of the movie, I thought that this character was going to be Carter's aunt, and they were going to try and like play off the short story a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that just ended up not happening, and I'm totally okay with it.
I'm also totally okay with it.
To be honest, like of all the things, and not a knock, kind of a knock, I guess. I thought she was kind of the weakest actor in the movie.
Yeah.
I just didn't really mesh with her, as I did with a lot of the other ones.
I don't know.
She didn't have as many like memorable scenes as all the other characters.
Yeah, maybe that's it too. She just didn't feel like really utilized.
Yeah.
I kept wanting to see her tits, and that never happened. We got to see everyone else's. It wasn't fair.
We didn't get to see Squid's. But,
Also not fair.
But Squid had some good scenes, though.
Yeah, Squid had some stuff to make up for it, like getting knocked over.
So, Squid, played by Sabrina Taylor Smith. Yeah, she was great. I love the getaways on the moped. I loved her with the fucking
her spear sticks,
the harpoons,
getting knocked over casually all the time.
And her death scene, while disappointing because I like the character, was great. I mean, just like her getting speared with that harpoon was
my favorite part about this character. Squid always getting up in Carter's face and like mean mugging him and going, "There ain't no time to explain.
Got to save the world,
and
you guys are freaks."
By the end of the movie, I'm like, you had plenty of time to like fill him in at any point, and that might have helped so much.
Yeah, I mean, they had like a week.
Yeah.
It's like,
I want to casually walk in on sex the way she does and have some clever quip for somebody. Instead of just like wondering, like, because I've had that happen where I've just wandered in and somebody's having sex while I'm in there, and in my brain when this happened twice to me, and every time I'm just like, say something clever, and I can't, and I just leave the room.
I just pull out my phone and take a picture.
I was so disappointed every time.
I've never walked in on somebody having sex.
I'll fix that for you.
Okay.
I'll practice.
I've never walked in on people having sex. Animals, different story.
All the time. Can't even control them. Mm-hmm. Damn hormones.
Okay, and also just a quick word before we get to our villains. Just a quick word on Rick the Dick Pickman, played by Alex Mendez.
I loved his dick monster.
My baby.
Oh, the fucking Elvis voice.
My baby.
Baby, it's just a little love bug.
Just a little love. I lost my mind when he said that. I'm like, you can't be serious.
I love that Erica is like consistent with the no means no. You got an STD or done, and no matter how hard he tries, she's like shuts him down. Like, we're done.
Just a little bump.
Just a little love bug.
Hey, buy Magnums. They don't call me the Dick for nothing.
I'd like to introduce you girls to a little friend of mine.
If we could get anyone for an interview, I'm gonna get this guy.
I agree. I'll pay money. I'll pay money for you to come and just virtually.
Here's $5 and a sandwich. I'm pretty sure that's what he got paid for this role.
$5 and a sandwich. I bet he was actually DJing the entire movie. Like, he's the actual man of the music.
I think my favorite part with him was
the blowjob.
The blowjob.
I've never seen a man react to a blowjob so negatively. No!
Takes the pinky out of its mouth.
He calls her and he's like she gave me, there's a girl at the club, she gave me a disease.
doesn't mention the cult or
No.
basically being raped.
What's important is the dick is out of commission.
And then he walks into their apartment and he's holding like this 7-foot dick, and it's like every fucking Chuck Norris joke come to life.
I just loved its little face. It's like the little face on the titties from the computer later.
My god.
Rawr.
That was like my only jump scare in the movie. That's because I just so wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. Whenever Erica got it.
Yeah, no, I jumped. I jumped for sure.
I jumped, but that was more out of like shock of just being upset. A little, like I was
genuinely kind of upset.
I was upset too. I liked her as a character. Like,
I like that whole little arc. I made a song on there for you, but you gotta tell me which one it is.
I think I wish we would have gotten like a clearer listen to what the song was.
Yeah.
Because there was like a real song playing there in the background, not just like fucking noise.
Yeah.
Can you tell your roommate to turn that shit off? I want to paint you.
I want to paint you.
I want to paint you like one of your French
girls. I also like thought of Titanic when he said that.
Yeah, it's hard not to. Okay, so before we wrap up on characters, we're going to talk about the Cult of Cthulhu, and
I love their paper masks.
So we've got
like almost like half paper mache.
So
like they're kind of, but not.
We'll talk about the cult members first, or as I've quoted that, I've named them in our notes the Squidbillies. I thought they were like one of the like few legitimately scary things. I thought their masks were creepy.
It worked more often than it didn't. When I got like some close-up looks and I could see like the actors' eyes through them,
that wasn't as good.
But like when they would just like when
as a uniformity, it works.
When Riley was dancing and then she spun and then all of a sudden the audience was filled.
Yeah,
I was like, that
scary.
Again, that just shows like a genuine understanding of how to set up a scare without a loud boo sound.
Yeah.
People who worked on this movie know how to do things, and that's what shocked me the most from watching this.
And when I was quickly writing up this outline, I looked at Chris LaMartina's IMDb page, and they have made like 5 or 6 movies, and I think we should check out some of the other ones.
I want to see some more.
Yeah.
I want to get this on Blu-ray.
And then moving on to Double Trouble, a.k.a. the Rugrats, I could not get over the pacifiers.
It was genuinely creepy.
Yeah, our last character is the cult leader himself. Was it just me, or was he a little bit too happy to get wrapped up in those tentacles at the end?
I love this dude because I think he was having the most fun with his role.
Yeah.
Like he did not give a shit what his performance was. He just wanted to have a good time.
My favorite part with him was when he looks at the 3 hookers' asses and he goes, "That's disappointing," and all 3 of them just turn around like, "Excuse me."
Disappointing.
I think the scene where he brings that first girl over and he brings her around, like whenever they take the fan and run it over to the
after shoving the
call
dildo
girl
in her mouth,
jam a dildo in her mouth.
That scene right there told me what kind of movie this was going to be.
It's
and
like,
I was
buckle up.
And I was then on board.
Yeah.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
He just like he had some good lines. Like him over the audio speaker when they're killing the pimp.
my man.
So good.
I love that we had like a stereotypical blaxploitation pimp in this movie.
Yeah. Daniel and I were trying to remember
Nobody said anything about doing kids.
the name of the pimp in King of the Hill.
Oh, I can answer that. Hold on.
It's like
Alabaster.
I was thinking Amsterdam.
Alabaster. That's what he reminded me of.
Alabaster.
Not dressed as like flamboyantly, but like his mannerisms and
this pimp's hat was too small.
Alabaster out of the OKC.
Do better, Call Girl of Cthulhu 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can we fund that?
Yeah. Start a Kickstarter. I'll donate.
Yeah, I'll donate.
Kill you all! I'll drive you crazy and I'll kill you all! I'm every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
Jumping into scary shit, this is a great time to talk about this practical effects. Now, when Hef watched this first and he gave us a little preview and he's like, "Oh, I couldn't believe how good the practical effects were," and Daniel and I were both like, "Whoa, what?" But yeah, I mean, there wasn't zero CG, but there was there was only a couple scenes with CG. The practical effects in this movie really surprised me.
Yeah, whatever the budget might have been, it was very good. I love just the giant, massive tentacles. It did kind of remind me of the Blue Girl live action porn.
I haven't seen that.
The tentacles look the same.
I like that they didn't go over it with CG.
Yeah,
That was
I hate CG overlay.
There was a couple things that really got me. I really liked when she's transforming.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was one with like she was starting to grow teeth out of the side of
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really good. Like it actually looked legitimately like there was a tooth coming out of the side of
Yeah.
You're a beautiful.
when she melts the guy with her piss. like his face.
I want you to shit on me.
That was
Spray me, baby.
that scene did have a little CG in it, but it looked good.
Yeah. It was quick though.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the use of the CG was never like meant for a long shot. It was always something real quick.
Yeah, and the other one that I noticed was the girl in the computer with like the electric like sparking from the computer. It was like this when they used CG, it was like to amplify the practical effects.
And it was very sparse.
Yeah.
So it didn't call attention to itself.
No, it was very good, yeah. Very nice, very nice. How much?
Kiss me, fat boy.
Kiss Me, Fat Boy. Daniel and I kept bringing this up as we were watching it. This was maybe like the most sexed up movie I've ever seen in my life. I think it may have had more sex and nudity than most softcore pornographies.
I'm pretty sure it's a softcore porn. I'm pretty sure we just watched a porn together.
It's pretty close. Like we've never watched porn together.
I think sexed up, I don't think is the right word. I think there's nudity in it, and really the only. To me, the only really sex portion in it is the last scene with like Carter and Erica. That's really the only sex that happens. Everything other than that is either just like intended to be over the top because it is this outlandish.
Well, what I mean is that every scene, almost every scene, had something to do with sex. There was something sexual
or nudity.
Yeah, in almost every scene.
Well, it's also called Call Girl.
Yeah,
I feel like that fits the. I don't know. I think if it fits the paradigm.
No, it does.
It's not as nice.
I'm not complaining.
No, I'm not complaining either. It's just it was a lot.
Yeah.
I've already brought it up, but I loved Riley's montage with all of her customers, both before and after.
Yeah, the guy with the whipped cream.
Oh,
I like the old guy with the feet.
Oh, Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Twinkle toes. Show me your Piggly Wigglers. The doctor with his thermometer.
Oh, he was a little rough.
Yeah.
Every single one of those made me laugh so hard.
Yeah,
it was just
shit on me.
shit on. I love how he paused too. Like he's like, I want you.
It was genuinely
Shit.
funny.
Make it rain.
It honestly felt like they asked a call girl what she has to deal with, and they wrote it down.
Well, the one where he takes like the thermometer and sticks it up her ass. She's, oh god.
And it's not just that. Like, it wouldn't be a big deal to me to just put a thermometer in your ass, but he like jams it in.
Oh yeah, he fucking like shoves it up there.
Oh, like lube it up a little bit, dude. Come on.
Oh my god, are you Stephen King? No, I'm Dean Koontz. Oh.
The Kings and the Koontzes and Mr. Hef, we have you on the docket first. What is your king? We'll all do our kings, and then we'll come back and do our Koontzes.
Okay. I have two kings. The first one is the practical effects and makeup.
Yep.
Which I thought were just excellent in a lot of ways. Like, there's a lot of scenes where it does nothing but emphasize how good it is. And the other one is this movie understands its own absurdity, and I loved it for it.
Yeah.
Like, it understands, like, it's over the top, but that's what makes it fun. So that's my king. Are we doing Koontzes too?
No, Daniel, do your king.
No, Erica's death.
Yeah.
It caught me so off guard that it left the biggest impact out of everything in this movie. I love you.
What did he say? Like, settle down or get the fuck off? Or he said something and then she died. She said, "I love you," and then he said, "I know." No, he didn't.
Oh yeah.
He said.
He said what she said. Something like that.
It was
earlier.
like settle the fuck down or something
or
shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
something like
that.
Yeah.
I love you.
Drop dead.
Mine was that it's this like B movie horror comedy that's super sexed up, super violent, and it's able to give you not one but two convincing love stories. One, you get Carter and Riley that you spend like 45 minutes on, and then she's out of the picture, and then in like a relatively short time, like 15-20 minutes, it uses what was previously in the movie between Carter and Erica to really kind of convince you that they have a relationship. And it fucking kills them. But I mean, that was totally out of left field.
I think the movie has no dead time. I think that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really a single part of this movie where it's just sluggish.
Maybe the worst parts was quote unquote worst part was the frame narrative with the detective.
Yeah.
I really like the soundtrack of this movie.
Oh no, the soundtrack and the sound design.
Yeah.
Like everything, the movie. We've been like making ASMR jokes all fucking night. But I
have a playlist on my YouTube page.
Yeah.
Or in my YouTube is literally just like, it's just called the Call Girl of Cthulhu, because I literally watched the end credits to see what a whole bunch of songs that were in it, because I really liked the soundtrack.
Whoever chose the music did a good job.
It was very well done. Yeah.
Hef your Koontz.
The Koontz. Who the fuck puts a CD in their pocket?
People who want to save the fucking world.
Oh, that chafed at me so bad. That's my Koontz. It's just that one thing.
That's fine.
That's just that one thing.
I've seen you play Frisbee with a CD.
A blank CD.
No.
Not the CD meant to save the world.
Okay, Daniel.
When Carter and Erica didn't use a condom because it's safe sex or no sex.
But she thought she was gonna die.
I'm kidding. It was actually LaGrassi, the detective. I think out of all the characters, she was the least interesting. Didn't really care for her. She wasn't bad, but it just...
I mean...
I'm comparing her to literally everyone else in this movie.
I struggled to even call her a character.
Yeah. She was a framing device.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But my Koontz for this movie is that I didn't see it earlier. This movie existed for 8 years without me watching it. That's my Koontz.
Should have been your intro to Lovecraft.
If we do this movie, I'm firmly convinced we need to do an episode on FDR.
No, I planned on us doing a bonus episode.
That was my thought while watching this movie too. Like, after that, I was like, he has no excuse now to not do an FDR episode.
We're also going to do House Shark.
FDR American Badass is slowly climbing to be my favorite comedy. Like, it's definitely in my top 5. It's probably in my top 3. Like,
look at my polio legs.
My shriveled up little polio legs.
Thunder cunt.
Ranking.
My pants are off. I'm ready.
God, put that thing away.
So I'm going first. Call Girl of Cthulhu is my new number 3. After only It 1990 and Dog Soldiers, and it's just above It 2017 and The Mist, which Dog Soldiers and Call Girl of Cthulhu are in my top 3, so that says a lot about me and the movies I like. Daniel, your list is now in front of you.
It is also my number 3.
So that your top 3 would now be The Mist, Dog Soldiers, and Call Girl
of Cthulhu.
And then next is It 1990 and Firestarter 1984.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
To speed out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we had a discussion about this off the air the other day. Like, one of your friends gave us some feedback on the podcast that we basically love everything we review.
Yeah.
Which is true of books, but it is not true of movies.
We are super critical of a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm of like the like dozen or so movie and TV shows we have here on my list. I would only say that I like absolutely love like 3, 4, maybe 5 of these.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of them were real bad.
You can see the decline.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, F.
So, Call Girl of Cthulhu actually goes at number 2.
Ooh.
Of course, I only have 5 on my list. The Mist is still one of those movies that it still sits with me, which I think would make it a little bit more residual for me for a little while. The Call of Cthulhu, the 2005, as much as I enjoy it, I will watch Call Girl of Cthulhu again.
I will 100% watch this movie
unless
again.
it's relevant, I probably won't watch the Call of Cthulhu again.
I would imagine I might watch the Call of Cthulhu once again in my life.
Yeah.
But I can see myself watching Call Girl of Cthulhu once every year, once every other year.
For the absurdity of it. I love it.
It's probably going to be one of those movies I can put on while I'm working.
Yeah.
And just, turn my head for the best parts.
It's just fun. Yeah. It's a fun movie. It's that thing where you go into a movie and you're just like, good God, what am I getting into here? And it just gives you so much more than what you expect. And that's what makes this movie so really just so fun.
Yep. Absolutely agree. All right, so moving into Zombie Day, I noticed a few things, a few Easter eggs, if you will. Hef mentioned earlier, Deep One Condoms by Lovecrafts.
Yeah.
The Providence Art Club was the name of the art store that Carter went to. The Rotterdam Motel. And then I read this on the wiki. Call Girl of Cthulhu makes reference to one of La Martina's other movies, which is called WNUF Halloween Special. The Shining Trapeze Strip Club is also in that other movie of his. So if you've seen both, you can connect the dots there. Did you guys have any other?
A lot. Almost every character was named after a Lovecraft character. The biggest one is Wilbur Whately, which was split between a few characters. Mm-hmm. Legrassi, the detective.
Yeah.
Eric is... you have Erica and Carter, and the Journal of Eric Carter is a Lovecraft story. Or the Last Will and Testament of Eric Carter. So just you throw a dart at one of these characters' names, except maybe Squid, which is kind of a Lovecraft reference.
That is, because Cthulhu's a squid monster.
Whoever made this, and I don't feel like it was random. Let's just put Easter eggs for the sake of Easter eggs, because I genuinely got the sense from watching this that they wanted to have fun with it, but whoever made this genuinely likes these stories, and was like, hey, I can make a fun movie using them as a base point.
Did you get any Easter eggs?
The Deep Ones. Again, I'm new to Lovecraft. Yep. The Deep Ones, that it had to be super obvious for me to get it.
Yeah, same.
So I didn't really look for a whole lot.
I kept pointing. I was like, Captain America. I get that reference. I get that the whole movie. I get that reference.
I love that. Yeah. All right, so moving on to homework. If you were Carter and you didn't have to worry about your girlfriends being murdered by the Cult of Cthulhu, would you go for Riley, Erica, both, or neither?
Rick the Dick.
He's got the love bug.
I'd probably go for Erica. Minus the hair, but I've been with some chicks with some pretty bad hair. So
she can also change her hair.
Yeah.
It's not.
We can change her.
No, that's not what I meant. She's probably not going to keep one hairstyle the rest of her life.
God, I hope not.
I kind of just.
Well, she did actually.
I honestly thought it was cute how they played off of each other and then they built that up.
Yeah.
I did not expect this movie to have shit that I found cute.
I know. Yeah.
Erica would be more attainable. I feel like someone like Riley, I would not be able. I am not strong enough to be able to consider dating somebody who would be with other people.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm all about monogamy personally. I don't if other people are in consensual relationships with multiple partners, that's totally cool. That's just not my thing personally.
Correct. Same. Yeah.
Polyamory was ruined for me. Now I just sleep with other people's spouses.
Yep. See our Phantom Workshop. So
I'm just gonna say, there's a story here. I'm not gonna ask. I'll let you keep.
You
that.
just heard it.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I heard. boop was what I heard. I didn't hear anything deeper than that. But I liked both girls though.
Yeah.
I thought both were very.
They had the pros and their cons.
Yeah.
Mostly pros.
I also just liked how fleshed out they were.
Yeah.
For as short as a movie as this was, it had some really good characters.
I believed both of them, all of them were people.
Yeah.
Which I was not expecting from a B softcore porn Cthulhu movie.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I think they're both great. I think if I were Carter, I'd go for Riley because she's so damn mysterious. Me personally, if Ryan was in that situation, I'd probably go for Erica. Yeah. Because she's right next door and she's super convenient. All right, so
she's like the gas station.
My question for the listeners is, why haven't you watched the Call Girl of Cthulhu yet? Get on that shit.
I agree.
Give this movie 4.5 stars.
What's this director's name again? I want to see if he's on Twitter.
Chris LaMartina. All right, so for further reading, I just put down a couple of my favorite B horror adjacent comedies, B movies, FDR, American Badass, Zombievers. Daniel, I know you've got some titles to throw at the people.
I mean, you did the great ones. There's this one that was fucking directed by Peter Jackson.
The Frighteners?
The Frighteners.
No, it's
he's done multiple.
Oh god, I'm gonna feel so fucking dumb when I can't think of this movie.
The Frighteners is always so.
I mean, yeah, that's a good one, but
I love Michael J. Fox.
It's about zombies.
Well, he had a bunch of the Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Valley of the Heavenly Creatures, probably.
No,
Forgotten Silver, The Frighteners, Jack Brown.
God, I'm gonna feel.
It's one of these that's.
It must. I must know it under a different title.
I bet it's Heavenly Creatures is the movie you're thinking of.
I think it's something like Deadhead.
Did he not direct it?
I think he wrote it.
Okay, so let's go to.
But it's really fucking funny. Evil Dead is another big one. Any of the Evil Dead movies. If you get a kick out of this, Ash vs. the Evil Dead's really funny.
Yeah, I've seen that poster before.
Yeah, Dead Alive. That movie is so gross. It's wonderful.
Original title in New Zealand was Brain Dead.
You get to see a giant zombie grandma put her son inside of her zombie womb.
I listened to so the guys who play Merry and Pippin in the Lord of the Rings, they have a podcast now, and a couple months ago they did an interview with the producer of the Lord of the Rings, the guy who got that ball rolling.
Yeah.
And he explains how he was a fan of Peter Jackson when he was doing B horror movies in New Zealand, and how it got from him doing that to being the writer-director of the Lord of the Rings, and that's an amazing story. So if you're a Middle Earth nut, check out The Friendship Onion and listen to that. Highly recommend. Okay, so upcoming on the Horror of Babylon next week, first Sunday in September, that's the next month, we are going to do our first Junji Ito book, and not our last. We are doing Gyo, yes, the one with the mutant fish. The following Sunday, September 11th, we are going to do the anime adaptation of Gyo, and then the next Sunday, September 18th, will be our next novel. We are reviewing The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, which Daniel and I are both in the middle of reading now. Without any spoilers so far, I think the book is really great.
I have some very confused feelings.
Well, you're a little farther in it than I am. So
I got a little confused.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm going to come back and be like, what the fuck?
I didn't know elk and deer were different.
Yeah. So, if you're not... the movie... The book... elk hunting is a huge thing in this book. But there's a deer on the cover of it. And it triggers me so hard.
I thought they were the same thing.
They are both in the deer family. So are moose, reindeer, yada yada. I feel like you're trolling me.
A little bit.
Okay. The next week, September 25th, we are going to start up on our Mermaid Saga adaptations that we haven't had a chance to cover yet. We're going to cover the first one, Mermaid Forest, on that date. First Sunday in October, we are going to cover the manga Domu by Katsuhiro Otomo, who is the manga artist and director behind Akira anime classic. And then the next week, October 9th, we're going to cover our second Mermaid Saga adaptation, Mermaid's Scar from 1993. But that does it for tonight on the Horror of Babylon. Daniel, Huff, thank you both very much for your sticking here with me.
I had a great time.
I always have a great time.
And let's go get some hot dogs. Stay scary,
Hot
everybody.
dogs sound great.
Stay scary, folks.
Stay scary.
And now for the obligatory socials. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow Daniel at DStarSick on Twitter. Follow Ryan at Darth Daimyo on the Bluebird app. You can find the podcast on Twitter at HorrorPod69. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Slasher, and Goodreads. Become part of the Disturbed community by asking for the Facebook group and Discord links. Send dick pics to the Horror of Babylon podcast at gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/the Horror of Babylon. And finally, you can let your friends know that the Horror of Babylon is available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, and the iHeartRadio app. Stay scary.